What's up, guys? It's your boy J Raj, and this is episode 2 of the 2020 Visions podcast. I just got this thing started a few days ago, and I've told y'all some goals of mine. Me wanting to just step it up as far as the quality, as far as having an intro video. Hope y'all like my little intro video. If it turned out alright, cool. If I need to improve it, I will. But yeah, I made that beat, produced it actually a few years ago, and I've been like, dang, this is a cool beat. I need to do something with it. So I was like, why not put that as the intro song? But anyway, we got a lot to discuss today. There's been multiple Avengers Doomsday leaks. Everybody's got all kind of theories running around about these movies. We got a really cool comic overview where I'm going to just take us through a few pages of a comic that I really recommend to y'all. And it just should be a great time. So to get this thing started, we got to address the Avengers Doomsday leaks. Over the last few weeks, there's been 3 new Avengers Doomsday leaks. First one started off, it shows Steve Rogers back in, I guess, the 40s when he went back in time to take the stones back. He chose to stay cooped up with Peggy. And they got a kid, I guess, because Steve Rogers is holding a kid in there in that trailer. So it's like, okay, who's this kid? Is it his kid? I don't know. The second trailer that was leaked was Thor. Shows him praying in the woods that he would have strength to have one last battle for the sake of protecting his daughter Love, his adopted daughter. And it shows her in the trailer. So it's like, common theme. Showing kids in the trailers. And we know Doctor Doom is the main antagonist in these next Avengers movies. And last we saw of him, he was coming up to Franklin Richards at the end of Fantastic Four. It's apparent that he wants Franklin Richards' cosmic power. And if we're kind of just looking at things from using common sense, he probably wants Franklin Richards' cosmic power so he can set up Battle World for Secret Wars. But like I said, there's these other kids. Apparently Love, Thor's adopted daughter, apparently she's got cosmic powers. We don't know who the Steve Rogers kid is. Maybe that one has cosmic powers too. Maybe Doom's just getting a team of kids, kidnapping all these kids. Next thing you know, we're going to be having a Doom Netflix documentary. Oh, he's about to be on that Diddy timing. But the one I'm most hyped about is the Cyclops leak trailer, the X-Men one. We got to talk about that. What was going on? You got Charles and Magneto playing their special chess game, and then it shows Cyclops just unleashing an optic blast with no restraint. Here's a still from that. So when I look at this, I see that top image, and I'm like, that looks like a man that's just in despair, a man that's feeling desperate. And we all know that typically Cyclops, he's not taking them glasses off. He tries to have a little restraint when he's using his optic blast. So it makes you wonder what in the world is happening to make Cyclops just completely unleash like that. If we're looking at the common theme of kids in trailers, where's the kid in this? Is it possible that Doom is involved with this scene? Maybe Doom has taken away Cable. Maybe there's a little baby version of Cable around there. I would love to see Cable again. He was awesome in Deadpool 2. Also, somebody that I really haven't heard that many people talk about is Rachel Summers. She has cosmic powers too, and if I'm not mistaken, she has a big part in the Avengers vs. X-Men comics. So could it be something to do with Cable or Rachel Summers? But here's the thing. I guess we just got to see what happens. But when I look at that top image, that is a man in despair, and it instantly reminded me of a scene from Daredevil Born Again when Matt is on the roof after he hears Foggy's heart stop. He says, "Why? Why?" And he's crying. Dude, it'll bring tears to your eyes. That's what Cyclops' expression looks like to me. He is devastated. So I wonder what happened. But with that being said, it's a very common theme in most of these comic book stories, like that anyone close to the hero is always going to be in danger. And we've seen that multiple times in movies. We've seen that in the comics. For instance, Spider-Man and the other Spider-Man movies, Aunt May, she was close to him. She ended up dying in his arms. He lost his aunt. He lost his identity. You got Matt Murdock, who lost his best friend, Foggy Nelson. And then, who knows what kind of despair Doom is going to be bringing to each one of these heroes. And that's the thing. With great power comes great responsibility. That was my senior quote, by the way. Shoot. But also, with great power comes great despair. But anyway, we're going to move on to a comic book that I kind of want to go over with you guys. It's a really good read. So basically, it starts off. Let's see. I want to tell y'all exactly what this is. Wolverine, Volume 3, issue number 70. Starts out with Wolverine and Jubilee chilling in the X Mansion. And then some alarms start going off. The mansion is being just raided by a ton of villains. So Wolverine tries to get Jubilee to run away. And I want to show y'all some images. So Wolverine, he just starts going ham on these villains. And you're looking at it, it's like, dang, there's so many of them. Like, it shows Silver Samurai. I know Omega Red was on there. He's just savagely just going after these villains because it seems like just chaos. Like, they're there to cause destruction to the X Mansion. In this comic, it starts to show that Bullseye ends up being the last one left of all those villains. And I even remember seeing Green Goblin. There was just a bunch of random villains in this. But Bullseye and Logan are fighting, and Logan makes it a point to comment that Bullseye is something different. That he's just on another level when it comes to combat. So Bullseye is the last one left in this fight. But Logan's about to finish him off. And so next thing you know, Logan's about to finish him off. And Bullseye says, "Logan, stop, please. What are you doing? You're supposed to be my friend." And Wolverine is all confused. And he sits there and he says, "Huh?" And then next thing you know, Wolverine turns. And Mysterio is there in the X Mansion. And something tragic happens. It's revealed that Mysterio had put on an illusion. And Wolverine didn't kill Bullseye. He killed Jubilee. The girl that he was like a father figure to. Dead in his arms. Does that sound familiar? And then he looks around and he sees that it wasn't villains that he was fighting. There was an illusion from Mysterio that made him think they were villains, but it was all his brothers and sister in arms, the X-Men. He killed them all. Wolverine killed all the X-Men because of an illusion from Mysterio. So he can't live with it. He can't live with the guilt, the despair. He's desperate. So he runs to a nearby train track and he waits till a train comes, and he stands in the track just hoping that he'll die, and he gets hit. But unfortunately, with his healing factor, the adamantium, he can't get what he wants. He can't escape the despair. He can't escape the tragedy that being a superhero always comes along with. It's sad. And so this comic ends up, the overlying theme is that he vows that he will never bring out his claws again because he doesn't trust himself. He doesn't trust that he won't hurt someone again. And you can see him shedding a tear in this comic. He's talking to Hawkeye. Hawkeye's trying to get him to help him with something. But he vows to never pull out the claws again. And after this, the comic series kind of follows that journey. Will Logan just choose to live in despair, or will he step up and use his claws to fight the enemies in the future? And I don't know. It's like just a really good story. And so it leads into the Old Man Logan storyline. I didn't want to spoil that because I didn't know who's already read it or not, but my wife gave me that book last year, and I had heard about that scene with Logan accidentally killing Jubilee, but I was surprised. I had no clue it was in Old Man Logan. So when it was on my pages, I was like, oh shoot, like that's what this is. Oh my gosh. So sad, dude. And that's the common theme for a lot of these heroes. And we got a movie called Doomsday coming. And it makes you wonder who's gonna be a goner. I don't know. But it's making people have a lot of theories. I heard a stupid one today. I was scrolling on Facebook. I follow so many pages, and somebody was posting, oh, it's been leaked that Thor ends up killing Gambit because Gambit accidentally stepped on Ant-Man. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. I mean, you don't know what to believe these days. But, so there are some theories that I have heard that I want to address, and I'm going to pull them up real quick. There's sources that I've heard, and it's all hearsay. I mean, this could be just crap. I mean, it could be nothing, but there's sources that I've heard that say that in Doomsday, there's a scene with Wolverine that leaves fans shocked. And there's also a rumor that there is going to be a traitor within the Avengers. So it gets me thinking, like most people, when they heard the thing about Wolverine with the scene, like people being in shock, most people's mind kind of goes to what was shown on X-Men 97, what happens in the comics where Magneto rips Wolverine's adamantium out. And I think a lot of people, that's where their mind went, is like, oh, the adamantium is going to get ripped out of them and everybody's going to go crazy. But I want to ask this question. Does Doctor Doom have illusion powers? A lot of people say he's got more magic powers than Doctor Strange. So is it possible that maybe Doctor Strange could put an illusion onto Logan to where he accidentally kills all of the X-Men that are returning in Doomsday? And it could emulate these comics, except for instead of it being Mysterio that put an illusion, it will be Doom spells casted on Wolverine to where he goes berserker rage on these dudes and accidentally kills all his teammates. Could it happen? I don't know. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but when I look at this stuff, I treat it like my WWE fantasy booking. My WWE fantasy booking, by the way, is LA Knight winning the championship, which never happens. But I just have fun with thinking about these things. Could Wolverine have an illusion from Mysterio? I mean, dang it. I messed it up. This is for the clip right here. Could Wolverine have a spell casted on him by Doom that makes him think that he's fighting enemies, and it ends up being the X-Men, to where he will kill the X-Men in Avengers Doomsday? Guess we'll find out in theaters, because I think they're going to keep a lot of it under wraps. But I looked it up on ChatGPT, and AI says that Doctor Doom's magical powers can create illusions that exceed Mysterio's technology-based illusions. Doom is capable of casting that kind of spell on Wolverine. Could that be what the rumors are about? And also, if that were to happen, could we potentially get an Old Man Logan movie? I mean, they like to act like Hugh Jackman's going to play Wolverine until he's 90. I mean, I think it'd be kind of cool to see Old Man Logan, TBH. And I think y'all would too if you read the storyline. So, but sometime soon, I'm going to be going over some Spider-Man Brand New Day theories that I have. And I know sometime soon, they haven't announced it yet, but there's a Punisher special coming out, which I think is going to lead directly into Spider-Man Brand New Day. And I think like March, Daredevil Born Again Season 2 is coming out. You best believe I'm going to be going over all that stuff. It's going to be awesome. But I think that wraps it up for me for the day. I think that Cyclops was in despair. Something crazy happened. And I think that these theories could allude to Logan having a spell casted on him and accidentally killing all the X-Men. But I guess we'll see. I hope you guys have a great day. And thanks for watching the 2020 Visions podcast. Feel free to subscribe and like this and comment some suggestions or just anything you want. Peace out.